Hello everyone, I am Elizabeth Abraham, year 14 CS 139, and I am here to explain the compiler first experiment. Compiler second experiment, and it's all about symbol table generation. So in symbol table generation, we are actually printing the identifiers which is a variable name or a function name, and after that we are printing its corresponding data type, corresponding return type, the initial values, that number of parameters and type of parameters. The type of parameters, number of parameters, and return type is mainly for function declaration, and variable doesn't holds good for that. When we are going to the program, we can see that first of all I am declaring the necessary number of variables and the string arrays. So I'll get the input from the user, that how much number of lines I have to get as an input. So if user print it as 4, then I'm creating 4 string arrays. So I'm combining all these string arrays, and then I'm putting it in the one string array and with a /n as in the middle. So after that I can split it based on this /n. So after splitting on the basis of /n, I'm getting 4 string arrays, and then each string array I'm again splitting on the basis of the white spaces. So I need 4 loops for this. So first one, as you can see in the program, for each j equal to 0, j less than ch dot length. The ch is actually the string array, and j plus plus. So this will run like 4 times for 4 different string arrays, and then again I'm splitting it based on the white spaces, that if the first string array I can again split it on the basis of white spaces, so I can get each leximes, like int will be in one part, a will be the other part, in the next value will be equal to is equal to, and then the value 10, like that. So that's why I'm using the second for loop. And when I'm taking the switch cases, I'm taking I'm taking it as 2, like I have to differentiate it between the variables and the functions. So how can I differentiate it? Is like for function, always open parenthesis will be there in the second position. The function declaration always goes like data type, the function name, then open parenthesis, then the list of parameters and the close parenthesis. So on the basis I can differentiate it between the variable and the function. So first I'll go with the variable declaration. So I have to check if not ch1 of 2 not equal to the open parenthesis. That means it's not a function, it's a variable. So then I am getting each leximes, or like int a, like that. So if it is an int, then I am storing the value in the data type, as you can see here. Data type array I am storing, and the next value will be int a comma b comma c. If it goes like that, after it obviously I will have a identifier. So I am taking that value and I am storing in the identifier, and you have to make sure that you are incrementing that pointer. So x is a pointer over here, so I am incrementing it. Then for char it is different, because for double, integer, float, and long, there won't be any single quotes, but in case of character there is a single quotes. So character declaration is like char c equal to single quotes d. So you won't get the next so you won't get it as d as soon as after the equal to. So what I am doing is, like, if it is not character, the function goes like that. If the data type I am taking the data type is not equal to character, that means this is for integer, float, double, and long. And if this a if the statement is like int a comma b, that means a doesn't have a value, a doesn't have an equal to proceeding it, following it. So what I am doing is, like, I am initializing the value to 0. So if int a comma b equal to 5 means a should get the value 0. So this is a statement for that, and I am again checking this if is over here, and so now I am checking for character. So in character means, and it doesn't have an equal to. If like character C semicolon means the character C should get a character value. So I am printing, I am storing it as null. So for others like long, int, double and float, I am storing it as 0, and for character alone I am storing it as null. So going to the next section, and this variable declaration does not have a return type, does not have a parameter, and does not have a type of parameter. So I am printing the number of parameters is 0 and other as white spaces, and we have to increment those pointers. And the first case is over, and the next case is comma. It comes like int a comma b. So the b is also an identifier, so I have to store again in the identifiers list. So int a comma b means the data type of the b also will be equal to int. So whatever is the data type I am taking, I am storing first, I am storing it to the next value also, and incrementing the pointer. And after comma I am getting the comma. Now the comma comes as k, so k plus 1 always equal to the identifier. ID a equal to 5 comma b. So this, if k points to comma, then the b, that is k plus 1 value, should be identifier. So I am making clear it in this statement, and after that the pointer is increased. And the same what we have done in this if statement I am putting, like after b, if it comes like int a equal to 5 and b semicolon, that means it doesn't have, if it is not a character, and if it does not have a equal to, then I am giving the value of b as 0, and if it is a character, I make it as null. The others, then a return type, number of parameter, type of parameter, all these things has been incremented because it doesn't holds good for a variable. And the next case is for equal to. That means this much cases what we have said is like int a comma b. So now equal to is also coming into the picture, like int a equal to 5, b equal to 6. So in that cases, if the data type is not equal to character, then whatever comes after the data type I am putting into the initial value, initial value, and then increment a pointer. If it is a character, the character, as I have said before, char c equal to it will be in single quotes d. So the value will be after 2. So if equal to is k is pointing to equal to, then it has a single quotes, opening single quotes, and then the initial value. So I am making it as k plus 2 and storing it the initial value. So and then the other default is break. So this closing bracket is for switch, and this one is for if statement, and the else statement is for function. So function also I can check, like if it is not equal to, we have to check that this loop should not go after that, after this closing bracket. So the first condition is that, and each tokens I am taking, and if it is integer, float, double and character, then I have to make this as the return type, and then I have to increment the pointer, and the k plus 1 in function declaration also, double, subtract, then opening parenthesis comes. So whatever comes after this double, that is if k is pointing to double, then what comes after double is the function name. So it is also an identifier, so I have to store this value into the identifier and increment the pointer. And the function doesn't have a data type, so I'll print it as space and increment the pointer. And the initial value, function does not have an initial value, so it's also printing the space. And the type of parameter, what I'm doing, it is like the type of parameter will always be printed inside the single braces. So I have to add 3 to it to get this type of parameter, like int, subtract, and subtract means plus 1, opening parenthesis plus 2, and int x inside that means if the parenthesis list, if the function goes like int subtract int x comma int y, so int is coming in the position of third. So I am whatever it is the k, I am adding 3 with it. So that will be added to the type of parameter, and this is the first type of parameter. So I'm taking a pointer t and incrementing it. So now the t has 1. Then this int, whatever the type of parameter it is int, so I am making it as null. Whatever I am storing it in the array, and I am making it as null, because or else if it comes, if the loop goes again, it will satisfy this condition, and int x and int y also will be printed in the output as x is an identifier and y is also an identifier. So to avoid this situation, I am printing this int things as null. And the next case is for opening parenthesis. After the opening parenthesis, obviously there will be a parameter, that int x. So in the before condition, I made this int as a white space, so it won't read. After that, what comes is like if the parenthesis is k, the int which has been replaced by space will be k plus 1, and int x, so x will be k plus 2, and after that there will be a comma, it will be k plus 3, and other int will be k plus 4. So that 4 I am storing it into I am storing along with the other one, whatever I have stored before. So if it is int x comma int y, now the type of para has value int comma n. Then the ch, as I have done before, ch1 k plus 4 is also made as a I have deleted it, or I replaced it with a space. So this int won't appear if the for loop is running. It should not satisfy this int float double char condition. And the next one is like for any number of commas, the parameters can be 5, means int x comma int y comma int z comma goes on, then this condition holds good. The same whatever we have done over here, after comma, obviously after comma there will be a parameter, there will be a data type which we are replacing it with this white space. Then after that we have a variable, and then a comma, and after that we have a integer, integer or the data type. So that I am storing it and making it as a white space, and this goes on until the situation, the condition holds good, that is closing braces. So this is the other, comma is the other case, and the default is break. Or else what I am doing is like after doing this, I am just incrementing the r pointer. The r pointer is for type of parameter, and then I am printing all these things. So let's go through, let's run the program. So enter the number of lines. I can enter it as 3. Okay. Int a, I'm not giving any value to a, and b I can give it as, initialize it as 5, and again for c I'm not giving anything. Then for I'll declare a character variable char d equal to, and I'm giving a character in double quotes, and after that I can declare a function in func function with parenthesis, and let the parameter be int x comma int y. Okay, that will be 2 parameters, and then again semicolon. Okay, let's run this one. You can see that a, which is of int type, and initial value is 0, and it doesn't have a return type, no number of parameters and no number of type of paras. And the b, it is also data type int, and initial value is 5, same goes here. And c, int, and initial value is 0, and then it's d is of character, and the initial value is f, and same here. And then the function name is func, and it doesn't have a data type, but it has a return type. So the return type is int, and the number of parameters is 2, and the type of parameters is incomment. Thank you.